is a movie that's flying under people's radar.
She's hilarious.
And I'm here to tell you to not miss it. And what is this movie, you may ask? Well, you saw the thumbnail, right? It shouldn't be a surprise. But here we are. It's a movie called Fight or Flight, starring Josh Hartnett, Katie Sackhoff, and a whole lot of dead assassins. I suspect this movie is flying under people's radars because it's a Sky original movie. They aren't exactly the most prolific action movie producing company. The uninspiring poster design also isn't helping things along. But I'm here to tell you that they did not waste money on overpaid Disney or Lionsgate producers or executives, or even good poster designers for that matter. All the money went straight into the movie.
Hell yeah!
I remember watching Bullet Train and smiling throughout the movie. Why? Because it was a lot of fun.
You stab me? I don't even know you!
It was stylized, over-the-top yet very well choreographed action, set in a sleek-looking train with awesome characters throughout. It wasn't a film that took itself too seriously. It was almost as if the film kept winking at you, telling you to just have fun and enjoy it.
Eat a bag of dicks, lady.
Deadpool and Wolverine did the same thing. In a year of overly dreary movies and awful attempts at blockbusters, Deadpool and Wolverine was a revelation. Was it that good? But it was fun.
Suck it, Fox. I'm going to Disneyland. Get fucked!
Now I bring all this up because Fight or Flight squarely falls into the same category as Deadpool and Wolverine and Bullet Train. It is entertaining as hell. It's not the best movie you'll see this year, but try to wipe that smile off your face while or after watching this one.
I like it.
It's completely demented fun, and most of it is due to Josh Hartnett's performance. This is easily the funniest he's ever been in a movie, and he handled the physical aspect of it extremely well. Some of it genuinely felt like a mix between some of the old school Jackie Chan Hong Kong fighting movies mixed in with some slapstick comedy like the old Buster Keaton era of movies. And then the filmmakers also mixed in some Tarantino levels of fighting violence, because why not? The movie kept the premise pretty simple. It's all really just a setup in order to get us on the plane so that the mayhem can begin. It's also great to see the Josh Hartnett renaissance in full swing. It's great to see actors like him and Brendan Fraser coming back into the fray, and it's awesome to see how positively people are responding. Hartnett's been taking some smaller roles over the last decade or so, but Trap was the movie that put him squarely back into the limelight. Although a pretty awful movie, he was by far the best thing in it. Switching between dad mode and psycho killer mode was great to see. And with Fight or Flight, he kinda goes in the exact opposite direction. Here, he's down on his luck drunk that simply doesn't give a shit about anything anymore. Let's quickly run through the plot, shall we? Hartnett plays Lucas Reyes. He was a Secret Service agent, and in his last detail, he was assigned to watch some important high-value a-hole in Hong Kong who ended up being an extreme woman abuser. Lucas absolutely flipped and beat the guy to death. Very admirable, right?
I don't know.
Sure, but unfortunately for him, that dead a-hole was the brother of the deputy director of the CIA. Lucas got abandoned by the US in Hong Kong, forbidden from ever coming back, put on a no-fly list, and had to fend for himself while being hunted ever since. And all that happened more than 2 years ago already. At this point, he's a low-functioning drunk that has to constantly fend off mercs trying to kill him. So his life at this point goes from drinking, to killing, to hangover, to drinking, to killing. Wash, rinse and repeat. One afternoon while recovering from a bad hangover, he suddenly gets a call from his ex, Brunt, who also happens to be the person who gave him up back then, for a promotion. She now works for some random subcontractor for the US government. Turns out a super secret terrorist called the Ghost has popped up on the radar and is in Hong Kong, about to get on a flight to the US. With the Ghost blowing up the agency's Hong Kong team, there's no one left to take them into custody. And that's where Lucas comes in. Brunt guarantees Lucas a safe return to the US if he can apprehend the Ghost on the flight, and he very reluctantly agrees.
2 fucking years! Taxi!
Yes, the setup is silly.
What's your point?
They could have just waited for the plane to land and swarm it with agents, but then this movie wouldn't happen, now would it? Lucas gets on the plane and soon realizes that the plane is full of assassins. Somehow the Ghost being on that plane got leaked onto the dark web. They all know the ghost is on the plane, but no one knows what they actually look like. And that's pretty much the setup. From here on out, it's about discovering who the ghost is, the random supercomputer MacGuffin they hit on the plane that's 100 times more powerful than any computer on the planet, because that's just how technology apparently works, fighting an incredible amount of bad guys, getting drugged multiple times, and Lucas being almost the only person on the flight who's trying to actually keep the ghost alive. It's not mind-melting stuff and amazing plot lines that make this movie work. It's how they pull it off that makes this movie work.
How?
Once the killing begins, it's relentless right up until the end credits roll, and I mean right up until they roll. The filmmakers smashed the gas pedal as hard as they could, set the movie on cruise control at top speed, and just left it there all the way to the end.
From now on, that's how you drive!
It's non-stop, violent, hilarious, and most of all, it is fun.
Woo!
Josh Hartnett most definitely is the star of this show. He went balls to the wall with this role, and he's a hoot to watch. His physical comedy is particularly good, and something I did honestly not see coming. Now, I mentioned Bullet Train at the beginning, since comparisons to that movie were all but guaranteed. Both play out in some fast-moving form of transport, has an aging star, is a bit tongue-in-cheek, and looks like it has some solid action set pieces. And as far as that goes, it's pretty accurate. Both Brad Pitt and Josh Hartnett are incredible in their respective roles and have some genuine funny moments. Both the protagonists are very likable, really good at what they do, and a little goofy. And both actors play against type, quite successfully. This is where the two movies diverge though. Bullet Train is a sleeker, more stylish movie. The cinematography is genuinely good, the lighting is awesome, and it uses flashbacks to tell some of its story. It also swings for the fences with a big CGI finale. Fight or Flight is not as well shot as Bullet Train and doesn't really bother with flashbacks, except for showing us how Lucas got himself into this mess. The movie keeps the revs going on the plane and doesn't really care about the assassins. They are just nameless fight fodder sacrificed to the movie gods in the name of entertainment. This movie also gets pretty brutal and violent and has a few WTF moments splattered throughout. And I genuinely mean splattered. The last big movie that had me grinning from ear to ear was Deadpool and Wolverine, and before that, Bullet Train. So Fight or Flight isn't good company. This is easily the best Josh Hartnett performance I've seen. He's surprisingly good with the physical aspects of this role, but him just not giving a shit, getting drugged, and being a paranoid goofball is fantastic. For his performance alone, this movie is completely worth seeing. Katie Sackhoff as the uptight agent who likes to be in control but has none of this handled is also fun to watch. Look, this movie isn't going to be the one you think of in December when you think back on all the best movies you watched this year, or any year. But as a popcorn, fun movie, this one is going to be hard to beat. And at a brisk 100 minutes, this is one well worth keeping in mind for your next watch. In Lucas's words,
What the fuck is going on?
We're not done yet.
Oh, fuck!
anywho, that's me signing off.
2 fucking years! 2 fucking years I've been hunted! Been stuck in this fucking town!